Alright guys, so I know it's been a while, since I talked about the Fantastic Four,
Yo, Austin, I got it.
Huh?
Oh, my fault.
What's up?
Oh. I just want to tell you something pretty important though.
Yeah.
Dude, today at school, something fantastic happened. I'm not gonna lie. What? What's that smile for? No. Don't say it. Don't.
Say that again.
Stop!
So guys, obviously you can tell from the joke. Yeah, I am today reviewing the starting off, I gotta say, incredible cast, especially Johnny Storm. You know, if you've seen Stranger Things, then you know who Joseph Quinn plays in Stranger Things, my boy Eddie Munson. Which, you know, rest in peace, because I don't think he's coming back in Stranger Things Season 5, which, speaking of Stranger Things Season 5, there will be a video on that, hopefully within the next few months after I watch the first part of Stranger Things 5 in November, and there will be a review dropping on that. No spoilers, obviously, because I want people to enjoy the show. Getting into it, I do have to start off with the main forecast of the Fantastic Four First Steps. Reed Richards himself, you know, Pedro Pascal. I have some thoughts. Pedro Pascal probably was not the best Mr. Fantastic, and I say that because I don't know what he was doing in this movie. Reed Richards is supposed to be the smartest man alive, not Stretch Armstrong that's getting attacked by a giant alien that swallows planets.
What?
And it was pretty disappointing on the part of Pedro Pascal for him playing Reed Richards as playing the smartest man alive, and he didn't show that at all. So, that is kind of disappointing, to be honest. But Vanessa Kirby on her part as Invisible Woman, amazing job. She basically carried that movie because she was pretty much doing everything within that group and was trying to help everybody out, you know. And it was just nice to see their teamwork and stuff. And of course, since Invisible Woman carried the group, that was nice to see. So yeah, there's nothing else much to say about that. Moving on to Johnny Storm. Yeah, I gotta say, best part of the movie. His comedic timing was so impeccable, and it was actually, really good. I think from when I watched the first Fantastic Four from 2005 with Chris Evans, he also carried the role of Johnny Storm, and I'm excited to see where the future of the Fantastic Four will go when they return in Avengers Doomsday, since that was announced within Thunderbolts and also this movie, Fantastic Four. So the Thing, obviously, you know, not much to say about him. He's just a rock guy.
Are you sure?
You know, rest in peace to his human form. Because he could have done a lot more in this movie, but you know, all he pretty much did was talk to Johnny and Reed the whole time, which I enjoyed the connection he had with the characters, but it wasn't it didn't feel that impressive, because the Fantastic Four with the previous iterations from the 2015 one with also the 2005 one, I felt those ones were nicely done. I mean, don't get me wrong, the design on the Thing this time around in this film, impeccable CGI, because the last two ones, I don't even know what to say about the Thing in the 2015 Fantastic Four. My man wasn't even wearing pants. And then for the 2005 Fantastic Four, I appreciate he was wearing pants, but at the same time, the Thing in that movie looked more made out of clay than actually looking rocky. But like, again, like I said, there's not much to say about that. So yeah. And then moving on to the villains of this movie, starting with Galactus. Yeah, he was really menacing in this movie.
Stop the cap.
And I thought the timing with his character was nice to see, and it was great to see like what he does in this movie, because if you have seen the movie, then you'll know that he's a devourer of planets, meaning like he'll go to a planet and just straight up destroy it. And as far as Silver Surfer goes, she's like the assistant basically of Galactus, where her planet was basically taken down with her, but she ended up sacrificing herself to become the Silver Surfer in order to at least still be alive. So she ended up being an assistant of Galactus instead of being destroyed along with her planet.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So that was at least nice to see that Galactus respected the fact that he had an assistant instead of just taking her out along with the planet she was on. I think another great character to talk about within this movie, who also played Stingray in Cobra Kai, you may know him, Mole Man. Strange name, but I'm assuming it's from the comics and stuff within the Fantastic Four universe. But I just gotta say, again, he had impeccable timing with his character as well. You know, great stuff with what he did in this movie. Had some pretty sus moments, of course, but I think in the entirety of his character, he had somewhat to do in this film as far as like giving people underground protection from Galactus and like understanding Reed Richards' rule of what he was doing, because the plan for Reed Richards here is after Silver Surfer told the Fantastic Four that their planet was marked for death by Galactus, then that's when Reed Richards set out to have his plan is, we're gonna straight up move the Earth. My man's not Gru from Despicable Me where he moved the moon, but all I gotta say is like, pretty dumb plan, because when that plan was put into action, it started off okay until Galactus became pretty smart and knew that he wasn't going to be that stupid to fall into a trap, that they're baiting a child like only a few months old.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That shouldn't even somehow have been baited for death, basically. And he's like, keep in mind too, he's like the strongest character in this film, because he could have taken the place of Galactus if Richard was able to like use his powers against Galactus. Because if he did that, then the movie probably would have been over in seconds when Richard was born, you know. So I think like he was a great character to see, and how his development went from him being a tiny child to growing up. And I don't know, as far as his character, I don't know if he'll return in Avengers Doomsday, or if he was just a side character for this movie and then will like become at least maybe a side character for a plot in Avengers Doomsday. And then as far as the other stuff go, like from the visuals, the soundtrack, I just gotta say that soundtrack was amazing, especially for the part when Johnny was chasing after Silver Surfer. But there's not much really to talk about the other parts of this movie, so I feel like now I gotta talk about the post-credit scenes of this movie, because the first one we get is of like a small montage of the Fantastic Four cartoon from the 80s, and at the end of it, then Herbie the robot, which really quick before I get into the rest of this post-credit scene talk, I do believe Herbie had a nice portion of the movie to play a role in, because he didn't do much but like help out the Fantastic Four as if he was like a maid of the family, or because he's obviously part of the family, but he was like basically a maid for the family to help out, like from cooking to protecting the baby to doing other things. And I thought it was kind of stupid that they brought Herbie on their space adventure when they went to go interact with Galactus to save their planet, because me personally, I thought Herbie was about to die in that scene, because he didn't look like he was gonna make it out of there, but thankfully he did, and he didn't get burned up with the lava they were around in that scene. But getting back to the post-credit scenes talk, I think it was cool they had that small Fantastic Four reference for the people who've seen the 80s Fantastic Four cartoon. And as far as like the other one goes, this one is definitely important. I believe you should stay for it because it definitely ties into what could possibly happen in Avengers Doomsday. So with this post-credit scene, we get to see like it's about 4 years later, so Richard is grown up more, and he's on the couch with his mother, Sue Storm, reading a book, like children's book, you know, and he's just sitting there. So then Sue goes to grab a different book, and when she returns, we get to see Doctor Doom. I mean, all I gotta say about that is it was indeed fantastic.
Say that again?
So I just gotta say, like, wow with this movie, because it was impressive to see everything that went down. Now, aside from the final battle when they basically baited Richard as bait to die, yeah, that post-credit scene with Doctor Doom was actually incredible to watch, because we finally get to see Doctor Doom in the MCU. I think the main thing here is, in my opinion, this movie is an 8 out of 10 for me, because if they did better more so on Reed Richards' part of the character, and then also did more with some of the storyline, then I feel like I would have given this movie more. But in my opinion, yes, this movie is an 8 out of 10. So yeah, but that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. Hit that notification bell for new content updates, whether it's from a post or just me posting the video regularly, because I will be doing that for the next few days or so. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So as always, I will catch you guys on the flip side.